What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Love Trap content here, and we are discussing BMF season 3, episode 4. Okay, you guys, you should already know the drill. Okay, please make sure you're liking this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, share, do all the things to support your girl. And yes, we're gonna get into it. But thank you very much, DeMarcus, David, Anthony, Rogers, Monica M. Thank y'all so much for, coming to church on time. Okay, I appreciate y'all. But yes, we are going to get into things, okay? Let's get into it, all right? So, this first scene, with Meech Local, okay? It was a little, awkward, right? Because there's some sort of language barrier, and also Meech is given the task of determining if the pilot is the feds or not. So immediately I'm like, okay, you're the plug, right? So why do I need to do my due diligence to see if this guy's the plug? Like, I don't know if this was a test or what. It has to be some sort of test, because there's no way you over here the plug, work for the cartel or what have you, and don't know if somebody is the feds or not. Like, what we doing here? So I'm just going to chalk it up to a low-key test, because I refuse. I refuse to believe y'all don't know how to, sniff out the po-po, okay? What's up, Tamika White? Right, sorry. My bad, girl. Sorry, I got a piece of this oatmeal stuck in my tooth, so my apologies. What's up, Candy girl? Thank you for coming through, boo. So Meech talks to the pilot, and the pilot was like, you know what? I don't need my bread up front, okay? You could pay me later. So that's how Meech was able to determine the pilot wasn't the po-po, because he stated the po-po always want, the transaction before the work, all right? So the first shipment is going to be at Macomb Airport in Detroit. So Meech was like, all right, cool. I'm going to have Terry go ahead and handle that. Loco was like, oh, hell no, I don't F no Terry. I ever know Terry? No, you gonna do it, my boy, my prize employee, okay? Because nobody F's with Terry. Meech is like that cool manager you got. You happy, your work day gonna go by smoothly. Like, I'm gonna love coming to work because Meech on, he's working today. Terry is that manager when you walk in the building, you just roll your eyes like, oh, hell, this is gonna be a long ass day. He'll get on my damn nerves. Like, I'm over it, okay? Nobody F's with Terry. It's given everybody hates Chris a little bit. At the end of every episode, they need to have the little everybody hates T. Because though nobody F with them but Markeisha. And that's limited, okay? It depends on what day of the week and what side of the bed she roll over for her to determine if she F with T or not, okay? But yes, long story short, Meech has to go to Detroit, okay? So he has to go back home to handle the biz naives, okay? What's up, Queen Booby? What's up? 313 better name. Booby said, exactly. Terry, the hater assistant manager. That is facts. What's up, Derry, Boo, Samara? Thank y'all for coming through. Please make sure you guys are liking the video, okay? So after his little meeting with Loco, he goes back to his crib, flowers in hands. And, he's definitely seeing Angel is like a special stripper, okay? So she's packing her little bags, with all seems like a little, play anyway. She's like, I gotta go. I gotta get back to Greenie to make this green or what have you. And he was like, no, you don't have to go nowhere, okay? You don't got to go nowhere. Matter of fact, you could stay here, but you're going to keep dancing and stop hoeing, okay? That's all you got to do. Keep dancing and stop hoeing and giving your green to Greenie, okay? You don't got to do that no more, all right? Keep all your funds, baby girl. So I'm like, Meech, do you intend on her continue to dance at Greenie's establishment, but not have to give Greenie no funds? Like, you putting this girl in live danger, okay? Pimps are crazy. All right. So I don't know if you're gonna help her go on Indeed.com or Craigslist or whatever the hell and find another strip club. But ain't no way in hell she need to be back in Greenie's position, okay? Because that ain't safe. All right. But I have a feeling she ain't gonna be stripping too much longer, okay? She gonna be feeling that square footage in that house. And she gonna be start seeing them stacks up in that house. Yeah, them stripper days is gonna be definitely ending. Okay, she gonna put in that 2-week notice tomorrow. All right, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We got to keep Angel safe, right? So she, of course, finds this all like romantic because, Greedy, yes, quote unquote, in her eyes, he saved her, okay? But she just now coming across super Captain Save a Stripper, okay? Meech is super Captain Save a Stripper. And not only is he, quote unquote, saving her from, the danger of Greenie, he's also giving her sweet nothings and giving her motivational speeches every day, okay? He's giving that dude in the DMs that be like, hey, queen, grand rising queen. Have a glorious day, queen. What you doing today, queen? Like, that's Meech. If Meech was on and popping in today's world, yeah, that would be him copying and pasting in 25 women's DMs. Talk about grand rising queen. But it don't go no further than that. You know what I'm saying? It don't go no further than that. So, she's all excited. She got a new, superhero with his cape or what have you. She said, let me go ahead and thank you, okay? Because he told her, I'm going out of town, but I'm going to have some guards watching the house, so you're going to be protected, okay? She was like, oh, thank you. Okay, let me go ahead and just relax my jaw muscles so I can thank you properly, like the only way I know how as a hoe, okay? And he was like, no, baby girl, no. I'm gonna treat you like a classy stripper, and we gonna have regular sex, okay? We gonna have regular sex because you don't need to do that. Maybe after number 3, you know what I'm saying, when we get more acclimated to each other, then we can go ahead and do the orals, but not the first time, baby girl. You was classy and special to me, so no, no yappity yap today, okay? And I don't even think she had no toothbrush at his house, so the breath probably was kicking just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Meech is like, nah, I'm straight, baby girl. I'm straight, baby girl. Okay, let me go get you some Crest and a nice good old toothbrush before we get into that, okay? Oh, God. What did you say, Candy? You said he's probably laying the queen on thick. Yes, capital queen, okay? So Adrian's gonna be chilling at the house for a minute, okay? So back in Detroit, we see LaWanda over there hungry as hell at the restaurant. And I'm like, is it me, you guys? Okay, so and this may be just me being petty, but this is supposed to be the next day per last episode, okay? This is the next morning to my understanding. Why does LaWanda's stomach look like it's 3 to 4 months from last episode? Like, why is this belly bigger? Am I tripping, y'all? Let me know. Just say PG, yes, you tripping in the chat. Or be like, hell nah, I get it. Like, because I'm like, hold up, LaWanda, you look like you about to burst. What are we doing here? But hey, I'm not going to be petty no more. But I was like, yo, LaWanda looking extra juicy in the stomach area, compared to the family dinner. Well, not the family dinner, but compared to, they did have a family dinner when it came to Marquisha come over here and doing too damn much when she needed, to seek shelter. All right. But I'm going to just let it go, you guys. Candy said it was gas. I guess so. Okay. What's up, HEA? How are you? So, Hoop asked T about the shipment, you know what I'm saying? Because we over here starving like Marvin, okay? And I ain't talking about the Marvin from Raising Cane's because he ain't never starving, all right? We over here stressed out because we don't have no work, okay? And I'm like, who calm down, just take some PTO and relax for the day, okay? But he not trying to hear it, right? So next thing we see, Meech comes in the building. Okay, everybody like, oh, cool. The cool boss is back in town off a vacation. Like, they happy. Okay, everybody loving Meech's arrival. But Terry, okay, Terry is tight. He like, man, Demetrius, why are you here? I'm like, you had to say my man whole name. That's when you know he ain't feeling Meech. He called that man Demetrius, okay? He was not happy to see his brother, okay? Because he already know he ain't liked. He knows that people ain't effing with him. Even his own crew ain't effing with him like that. So he blames, his lackluster greeting on being stressed out regarding CPS, okay? And Meech took 0.5 seconds to say, Markeisha did it. Mm-hmm. I think Markeisha did it, okay? My money is on her. And so Terry was like, nah, she's a mother. She wouldn't do it, right? But, Meech, he left that alone because he don't want to argue about Markeisha not another minute, okay? Because he can't stand her ass, right? So he educates T on the shipment and what's going down, right? We got 250 keys coming, at the airport. And I'm going to go ahead and pick it up, all right? And then I'm going to, go ahead and have you work on the distribution. And T was like, hold up, you don't have no license, my man. How does that make sense? Okay, that's hella dangerous. And Meech was like, nah, we good. I'm going to be all right. And I'm like, I ain't going to lie, y'all. I would be low-key like a Terry at this point because it doesn't make sense. Like, Meech, I'm going to need you to have some credible documentation before you decide to be traveling work everywhere, okay? That ain't cool. But I feel like I don't know, am I making that up? I feel like they did touch on something like that in the documentary with Meech not having a driver's license, but y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like they mentioned something like that before, but I could be tripping. But that's hella reckless over here. You over here driving all these cars and what have you, and you talking about you want to transport work in the daytime. Okay. What's up, Tori? And thank you for coming through. So Meech, also tells Terry, like, yo, this delivery got to go off smoothly, okay? We got to press this plug because he saved my damn life. So we got to make sure we're doing everything to get this work moving along, okay? And then T was like, all right, cool, but just know Bryant's milk dud head ass is working with Henrietta's crazy ass. So we got to worry about them, okay? And of course, Meech, he's a little, I won't say surprised, but, he was like, okay, thank you for telling me the information, but I'm still going to drive these 250 bricks cross town, okay? I don't give a good goddamn about no license, all right? So we hear T, grown T narrating. He tells us, about the parable and the prodigal son. And, of course, it's a tale of two brothers, one lost, one returned. And he couldn't tell if Meech was either careless or a mastermind in the making. But he's tight because Meech is back and calling the shots. And he don't like it, okay? Sorry, Terry, you got to take a back seat, okay? Because Big Bro is in town. And it's funny, right? Because they really only like a year and a half apart, I believe. Which is crazy because my sister's already a year and a half apart. But mentally, they're like years apart. You know what I'm saying? Like you would think Meech is like 4 to 5 years older than Terry, but whatever. But yes, that is all before. All this happens before the credits, okay? And now we hear, I was about to call this man Charlie Murphy. R.I.P. Charlie Murphy. Uncle Charlie, I swear, it's something about when that beat drop. When that beat drop and Uncle Charlie proceeds to sing like the rent was due 3 days ago. Like you would think it's the 8th of the month and Charlie trying to get that rent paid before the mortgage or the leasing company give you that notification that you going to be taken to court. Like it's past the 5th and Uncle Charlie be singing like it's the 8th of the month. Okay. Shout out to Uncle Charlie. Okay. You did your thug this. All right. Yes. At least you can wish me luck. A nigga moving ways. when I get off here, you guys, I may have to play that song. I never really looked for it on the internet, but yeah, I know it is on the internet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fill my Sunday afternoon with hear Uncle Charlie sing for his life about dope dealing. Okay. Yes, booby, everything on the line. Monica M, you said driving with that amount of drugs, driving without a license is the least of the charges he would get. Facts. That is facts. Okay. Yes, wish me luck inspired DeMarcus. HEA, you said shout out to the TV theme songs. That is facts. 50, if you ain't gonna do nothing right, what are you doing? You are definitely giving us a resurgence of theme songs, okay? Because for maybe about 12 years, we went out like some suckers when it comes to theme songs. Like theme songs was like goosebump material back then. You know, when your show about to come on and you know you got your dinner ready. You know, back in the day when you were a kid, like if you 30 plus, you understand what I'm saying. You know, you just get excited. You got that appointment TV. Okay, there was no streaming or what have you. You was over here waiting for that theme song to come on so you could laugh or cry for 30. Well, I would say about 30 minutes, hour, if you know it was a different type of show. But shout out to the theme song era. Okay, so moving on. I went on a little rant there. Sorry, you guys. So Bryant, he visits Jen at her, dad's restaurant, what have you. She's over there, thinking about her sister. They got a little, I don't want to call it like a memorial situation. What's the word I'm looking for, you guys? I want to say shrine, because to me, shrine it gives negative and weird. So whatever. They got a little area for her deceased sister, right? So she's over there, I don't know, like, even though Jen got shot and she's recovered, I don't know. I feel her future is very dark for some reason. I don't know. Her and that wacky ass that wacky ass partner. I don't know. They are giving weirdum to me, okay? But anywho, Brian, wanted to quote unquote check on her to see if she okay. I do believe 10% of him wants to believe, that he is caring about her well-being, but he also wants to care what she gonna be telling the popos, okay, because he got to make sure he not in those reports, okay? But she was like, you know what? I don't know what the hell you was transporting to have all these crews against you. But guess what, sir? When I find out what you doing, it's going to be all up in the reports, okay? I'm not playing with your behind. And I'm like, Jen, it doesn't take rocket science. But my thing is, okay, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to hold off because I don't want to go on another rant, right? But Brian, he fires back. And this is how petty, people could be, right? He was like, oh, okay, well, just make sure you put in the fact that, we replaced 2 bricks with synthetic drugs and evidence. Do you remember that? You remember those 2 bricks, Jen? She was like, yeah, I remember those 2 bricks. So that's why when I saw Low Saint old dead body plastered on his bed, I took 2 bricks and replaced it back in evidence. So what you got to say now, Bryant? What you got to say now? I'm like, okay, I'm glad they answered that question for us, because I said it would be 3 options. She's either going to set somebody up, replace those 2 bricks from last season, or she's going to make a little extra change and get the retirement fund going, okay? But I'm glad, she went ahead and replaced the bricks because she don't trust whatever Bryant had, got going on. So I'm like, all right, thank you, writers, for answering that question for us. I'm going to give y'all a good check mark for that, okay? And Bryant, of course, here's where it's low-key manipulation and the truth. But he was telling her, like, whatever you think I'm doing, just know I'm doing it to protect my soul. Okay. And of course, you could tell she's starting to feel away, like, damn, he is trying to protect his son. I don't know what's going to happen, but it doesn't look good. Okay. Oh, guys. Hey, Sharon. How are you doing? Big Wolf. How are you doing? Thank you for coming through. MJ. I feel like I'm messing your name wrong. Is Jesse wrong? Jesso wrong? am just so wrong. Is that it? Please say yay or nay. I'm so sorry if I'm screwing your name up. Okay. Charge it to my brain and not my heart. All right. So we see Meech. She's over there spending time with Zoe and TT at the park, which is cute. You know, I love me a good old family friendly drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? Just it just warms my heart that you're not just out here, just selling drugs all day. Okay, you're a good multitasker. It's giving a little bit of James St. Patrick. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and try to go to the ball game with your son. But then after that, you got to murk some folk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. It's the toxic nature in me, but I appreciate it, okay? Booby, you a fool for that, okay? I mean, saving somebody's life does make you a little horny, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, I have the egg roll. Now, I ain't gonna lie now. Give me a good old egg roll. I mean, like a real egg roll. With some duck sauce. Yeah, that sounds good right about now, y'all. Anywho, Markeisha and T, they over here trying to corner Judge Darnell, okay? Because they got a little history. Judge Darnell, he one of them crooked ass judges, okay? So him and Boone had some, little deals back in the day. Of course, she's trying to use her feminine wiles to kind of, get Judge Darnell to help T with a CPS case, right? And of course, who interrupts? Henry, okay? And I'm like, girl, what are you, the boogeyman now? So of course we know Henry and her pops, they got, history, and they got relationships with the Popo as well. So of course Judge Darnell was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want no parts of this. Okay. But T is upset because he is getting a visit tomorrow by CPS. Okay. And I'm like, okay, well, are you assuming, or is your 30 days tomorrow? Like, I don't know. CPS advised you, like, we'll let you know and update you, but they normally don't give you, times and dates per se. But I'm just going to say that this is the 30th day, or, this is a conclusion of the case, and they did set an appointment. I'm just going to say that, okay? But y'all, Monica M., you said James didn't spend time with those kids. He did, Monica. Not saying it was a lot of times. It was probably like 10 minutes a day. But he spent time with them kids. He was a trash daddy. Don't get me wrong, but he spent time with them kids every now and then. They did eat breakfast while he went ahead and drank coffee before he, continued his life of crime every day. But no, he did spend a lot of time with them kids. But he spent time with them kids just a little bit, Okay, what 50 Cent say? All I need is just a little bit. Face down, ass up. Come on, I'm sorry, y'all. This Sunday, this church, I shouldn't be talking like this. But y'all know my heart. Hey, Sharon, thank you for coming through. Yes, I'm feeling a little better. Thank you. I appreciate it. So the way that Henrietta was talking to Markeisha, y'all, this shit was hilarious to me, okay? She was telling this girl, you can go ahead and sit on my face. I'm like, not with those raggedy teeth. Hell no. I don't know what kind of things you're going to be putting in my vajayjay. I don't know. Thank you, Henrietta. I'm going to need you to see an orthodontist before you, proposition any woman to sit on your damn face, girl. What are we doing here? That ain't even attractive, okay? You probably ain't even brushing them golds like you need to brush them. Do you take them out? Do you take them golds out, girl? Because no, what are we doing here? Okay, please call the nearest dentist. Please and thank you. This makes absolutely positively no sense. Your dad was the po-po. They got good benefits. I know he had medical and dental. Did you skip the appointments? Like, what are we doing here? I don't know. I just feel a way, and maybe I'm wrong for feeling this way, but I feel like when I see a child with effed up teeth, it gives me your parents don't give a F about you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, don't get me wrong. There are cases where, braces and things, they are expensive. So I do feel that is a lot and them payments and insurance don't always be coagulating. I know the math don't math, but sometimes I do feel like your parents really low key they give a f about you because your teeth is doing way too much. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This I'm gonna just treat this. I'm just treat this as just some therapy and let y'all know my inner thoughts. Okay. What's up, King of NJBTB TV, Mr. Eastwick? How you doing? Thank you for coming through. Candy said, this is Trap Church. That's the kind of music we sing. But that thing go round and round. Shout out to 50. He had us in a chokehold, okay, for a good 3 years, okay? So, DeMarcus, you said Markeisha telling Henry to go get out of my face was hilarious and dangerous because Henry could hurt Markeisha to get back at Terry. That is facts. But I think the only hurt in Markeisha is what to do is on Markeisha's ovaries. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. But you're right. You're right. Markeisha is definitely in grave danger because we don't know what the hell Henrietta is gonna plan to do. Okay. She clearly don't give a goddamn about her teeth, let alone who Terry effing with. Okay. So you are right about that. It is definitely very reckless. If you don't care about your teeth as, a drug dealer that makes money on a daily, you clearly don't give a F about anybody else's life. that's just what it is. Okay. Thank you for the super sticker, Sharon. I appreciate you. Big Wolf, you said, all right, now, Candy Love Twin. I hear you, especially with that beat drop. I'm gonna have a whole 50 Cent situation up in here when Trap Church ends. Okay, maybe I need to do a Trap Church after party. Dang, I hate that YouTube be tripping when it comes to music. Oh my God, we will have such a good time. But anywho, we conclude that situation at the gambling hall. Okay. Child, back at the Flannery household, Lucille come home from a good long 8 to 12-hour shift at Wendy's. Okay, the buttons all messed up on her on her shirt, the ties untied, like she tired. Okay, and so she come home. Anybody home? Anybody home? And of course, Charles is calculating. You can tell he's so calculating, right? Because I'm sure before Lucille was in that house, you was over here watching Bonanza, Charles. You cannot fool me. Soon as he heard that key in that door, he's like, all right, here she go. And act like how Martin was. Act like you chilling. Act like you chilling. So we already know he positioned himself and he put on, nice little light coat of baby oil, and he proceeded to, lift those weights. He lift that weight with that one arm. He was like, oh, hey, Lucille, how you doing? I have you a plate in the microwave or have you, what I'm saying? I'm made a little plate for you. And she was like, oh, thank you. She already thinking like, damn, I am hungry, but are you hungry, Charles? All right, I can feed you, Charles. I'm going to feed you, Charles. You going to feed me, then I'm going to feed you. Like, you can tell. She was like, damn. She biting that bottom lip. I was just like, go ahead, Charles. You try to get your woman back. But you should have been doing this. Instead of being over there flipping Mabel's hotcakes, you should have been tending to your own house. I hate the fact that when men F up, now y'all want to go ahead and do y'all due diligence to keep your woman. You should have been doing this, Charles, but I'm going to give you a C for effort, okay? I'm going to give you a C for effort. With the way Charles is over there just acting all casual, like lifting that one little arm. I ain't gonna lie now, Charles a little thick. He a little thick on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, Lucille, what you gonna do, Lucille? What you gonna do, Lucille? Like, ladies in the chat, let me know how would you feel if Lucille take Charles back at this point? Because every woman sees infidelity different on some degree. Not every woman, but there are some women, if they feel like they man work hard enough to gain her trust, that it's okay. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and forgive you. But someone was like, absolutely not. So I want to know, women in the chat, do you think Lucille should give Charles another chance at this point? Charles, I ain't gonna lie, now you was over there. Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. Like Charles is trying, okay? But I don't know. For me, it's a no for me, dog. I'm sorry. It's just a violation of the bestie. I don't know. It's the infidelity, is the fact that you was over here with my best friend. And then the fact that you slacking on other areas too. Like, come on, Charles, you're doing too much. You're doing too much and not enough at the same goddamn time, okay? Oh, what's up, Anthony Rogers? Hey, how you doing? You said Charles is feeling sorry for the Easy Rest Motel next door to Wendy. I will hope every time they was at the Easy Rest that Lucille was not at work. I would be damned if Mabel was like, I'm hungry. Let me go ahead and walk across the street. We're gonna walk down the street and ask Lucille for a little hookup. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know they didn't have a 4 for 4 back then, but yeah, y'all. I'm sorry. Monica M, you said, I don't take back a man who cheats. I don't look back. I feel you, sister. Sharon, you said, just cause when she met Dr. Maurice, he acting like she Miss Harlot. Yeah, that $10,000 check, that changed his tune a little bit. Okay, Monica M, you said he would still be with Mabel if she didn't kick him to the curb. That is facts. Okay, and the fact that Mabel old trifling behind, let it be known. She was like, well, that's why I broke it off with Charles. I'm like, Mabel, ma'am, what are we doing here? Booby said she too busy wanting the doc to take her temperature. Go ahead, Dr. Maurice, perform a little pap smear. What have you? Okay. Deary B said, I forgive but not go back. Big Wolf, what's up? You said Easy Rest, the Detroit classic spot. It used to go down. Okay. Was it one of those spots where you could, rent it by the hour? Let me know. I don't know. I just feel like y'all ain't changing them sheets like that. If y'all do, let me be quiet. I'm a hotel snob, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. So I couldn't do it. I would sleep in the vehicle. I'm sorry. We not doing that. Okay. Anywho, let's move on. So Henry, Bryant goes to see Henry, right? And of course, they not really feeling each other, but they got to work together at this point, right? So Henry tells Bryant that Meech is back. So of course he's like, oh, something must be big about to happen if Meech is back in town. Okay. So he was like, what, you want me on point? I can run surveillance. She was like, yeah, what we gonna do? We gonna follow the shipment on en route to the stash. We gonna rob, okay, the work, okay? And then we gonna pretty much take everybody out, okay? We gonna take BMF off the map, okay? We trying to pew, pew, pew and murk everybody. Of course, Bryant in his head was like, hold up, shorty. Like, I don't know about all that, okay? I just want them in prison. I don't want them to die. Like, you can tell he had some resistance. Like, it's probably, a little bit of his cop self. Like, okay, I ain't trying to kill too many folk unnecessarily, okay? And he's the type, he want Meech and T behind bars and he want them to suffer. So he don't want them to get murked, okay? And Henrietta, she's just trying to get independence and respect from her pops. So Howard was like, oh Lord, I call this man Howard. I'm sorry, Howard. Bryant. Brian, he was like, I don't know, what in Jesse Raphael or Montel Williams I got going on, Ricky Lake. I don't know what family issue, but I am not Dr. Phil, and I don't need to be a part of you and your daddy's mess. Like, your daddy always looked out for me, so I'm cool on your drama, okay? But Henry was like, all right, Bryant, this better go off smoothly or I'm going to pull Kevin's protection. I mean, she didn't say it in that way. She kind of insinuated, she would hate to pull his protection. But we already know it's a low-key threat, okay? So Bryant, he has a task to make sure this goes off very much smoothly, all right? Meanwhile, the detectives over here, Amberson and Jen. I don't know, Amberson, she gives me crack vibes. Like, She gives me like she takes her breaks at work in the bathroom and just snort a couple lines. Like I don't know if it's the weird wig or what. Like the wig isn't horrible, but I feel like it be shifted a little bit to the left. Like I don't know. Like Amberson is a weird one to me, okay? But she tells Jen, like, hey, we got cuts. You know what I'm saying? We offer him a little, Dairy Queen or what have you. And yes, he didn't snitch, he lawyered up and he's standing 10 toes down. So we all right, cuts ain't gonna tell nobody. That's what we need to hear, right? But we also got some good news, okay? So the patrol unit found the little torch ambulance and they realized, okay, through some work with the VIN number, that it was auctioned to a Lenny Edwards. So they go to Lenny Edwards' house because he had multiple addresses and they found the right one. And then the way Lenny Edwards was like, nah, bro, y'all got the wrong house. And they said, nah, bro, you got the wrong detectives. And the way Amberson hopped off, like, I don't know if it was a couch. I don't know what she did. This woman flew clear from the living room to the dining room to capture my man when he tried to run. Like, you can't tell me that ain't crack cocaine. Like, you can't tell me like she she over here doing superhero moves in this man's apartment. Like, y'all can't tell me. Y'all cannot tell me. Booby, you said where did he think he was running to? I was hoping he has a back door or something. Because what are we doing here? But all he could have needed to say was like, yes, I purchased a vehicle, but it got stolen or something. Yes, they would have asked him about, a police report or what have you, but he could have wiggled his way out of that. But he wanted to take the hard route, I guess. Okay. But yeah, I don't trust Lenny because Lenny, he definitely gives me, I'm a snitch. I don't know what it is about this man, but we already know. We're not about to not get a situation where everybody is standing 10 toes down. Cuts, cool. He's standing 10 toes down. But Lenny, nah, he's definitely going to give up some information. So we're just going to have to see what type of information. Maybe he can, get Henry's crew hemmed up and, of course, alleviate us from another op. Because, of course, ops don't last too long when it comes to 50 Cent shows, okay? They get a season and a half tops, okay? Maybe two, i.e. Lamar. But yes, we got to get Henry to sit down somewhere because we tired of her already. Well, I can speak for myself. I am tired of her. So Meech meets Captain Ian at the hangar, okay? Because he was like, all right, we got to get this 250 bricks, offloaded to this vehicle, right? But Ian was like, nah, bruh. I'm going to need you to add an extra 0 to that. No, y'all got 2,500 bricks. Meech was like, what the hell? That wasn't in the contract. 2,500 bricks? I don't know. Javier, Meech, y'all effing up. Y'all effing up. There is no way y'all could really... That's why I'm an advocate of an HR department for drug dealers, okay? We need to have these things ironed out because to avoid situations like this. Can we please get an HR department when it comes to the underworld, okay? I think things will run much smoothly if we get somebody in the middle really making sure we are on the same accord, okay? Because 250 to 2,500 like that, no. But Meech, of course, he's positive, okay? He's glass half full, okay? T is glass half empty, like your girl PG, okay? So, oh Lord, Meech calls T and tells him the situation. Of course, they're talking in code, right? But it's just like, y'all talking in code, but it's obvious at the same time. Like, this ain't really no code because any Joe Schmo cop can decipher what the hell y'all really talking about, okay? But okay, we're gonna play along with this little code y'all talking, okay? But Meech was like, all right, we gotta figure this out. So T, call everybody in Lansing, Ohio. All hands on deck at this point. All hands on deck, okay? Call your mama, your grandmama, your niece. I don't care who you got to call. Ghostbusters, I don't care. call the people because we need help moving this work, okay? Oh, God. Had me stressed the hell out. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. And so Meech, he finds a worker around the hangar. He decides to borrow his van for some bread, okay? Meanwhile, we see Bryant watching the whole situation, right? So the pilot was like, okay, I need you to drop me off at my, hotel or what have you. So Meech was like, all right, cool. He unloads 2,500 bricks while the pilot is sitting all cute in the seat eating chips. No, sir. No, pilot, no. Get your ass up too. I'm sorry. Even if, the pilot was like, nah, I'm good. Meech, you got some bread, okay? Hand that man a couple stacks so he could help you. Like, how long did that take? You expect me to believe that you went over here was transporting 2,500 bricks from this plane to your van 6 bricks at a time? Come on, what are we doing here? But okay, we gonna go with it, right? So they're en route. We're driving with these drugs in the van. We driving with these drugs in the van. The pilot was like, oh my God, I gotta pee. And of course, it's a diner. And I'm like, no. See, last year at T's driving school, T told said drivers, do not stop by any means necessary. What we doing? I mean, he did tell them, do not be peeing, in the little, water bottles, what have you, or soda bottles, because, that will look suspicious with the popo, because they're like, hey, you're peeing in these little, devices. So there must be a particular reason why you don't want to stop. So I get it, but I still felt the way, like, I don't know where your hotel was, sir, but it could have waited. I'm sorry. It could have waited. There is no way that you over here got to pee and we got 2,500 bricks in this van. I'm going to need you to hold your pee for dear life. I'm sorry. We not doing that. No. But Meech, he's a nice manager, okay? He going to let you go on and pee. And of course, in said diner, the popo arrived, okay? But I'm sure they just want to get them a little donut, a little, coffee or whatever. They're not thinking about Meech. But of course, as a drug dealer, we got to be nervous, okay? And so next thing we see is Bryant, and he pull up with his milk dud head ass, and Meech was like, what the hell he doing here? So we got a situation here, you guys, and at this point, PG was a little stressed out, okay? I was about to crash out a little bit, because I'm like, hold up, how are we going to get out of here? Because, Bryant traveling behind is not going to let Meech mosey on down outside this parking lot without an issue, okay? So Meech calls the pilot while he's in the bathroom. And he was like, yo, we got an issue, but I got a plan, okay? So he, we don't hear what the pilot says, but we got to assume that he was on the phone with the pilot, right? So we see said pilot chumming it up with the popo. You know what I'm saying? He's a clean cut, Caucasian fella. So, it looks legit. Don't get me wrong. I was a little nervous because I'm like, I don't know if I could trust this pilot or not. I'm like, Ian, can we keep it 10 toes down? Are we, sir? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Ian had me a little nervous, okay? A little nervous, but he said he had to lay it on thick when he talked to Meech when he got back in that van, right? Next thing we see, the popo, they approach Bryant. And they was like, sir, yeah. So this good here pilot says that you was following him for miles. And he was fearful for his Caucasian life, that you were going to rob him. And Bryant was like, oh, no, not me. I'm a cop from E-Course. And they was like, all right, let me see your credentials. Bryant, you forgot. You don't have no goddamn credentials, okay? And so, of course, they search his vehicle and they find a blicky. So next thing we see Milk Dud Head plastered on the hood of his vehicle getting arrested. I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about, Milk Dud Head. You doing too damn much. You doing too damn much, okay? Yeah, Candy, I definitely was nervous. Big whoop, you said Macomb County Popo, very racist. Yeah, I can tell, they were on the outskirts of Detroit. So I already sense like, yeah, this type of town, they're a little more favorable of folks that lack as much melanin as us. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely was. I understood the vibe. I understood the vibe, and I understood the assignment that Dr. Ian was handled. Um, was given, and I was a little nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. I was a little nervous. Monica M said Bryant was a policeman so long he forgot he was black. Yep. Yeah. Definitely. He was, hiding behind that blue wall. And at the end of the day, when you not behind that blue wall no more, things get a little bit different, just realistically, right? So of course, Meech Meech is petty because he's damn near like holding his head out the window, smooth past Bryant, aka Milk Dud Head, getting arrested. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I cackled a little bit, but a little small part of me sympathize just a little bit. I don't know what it is, y'all. I was maybe just in my sensitive mode, but yes, I felt a little bit bad, but not really. Okay, not really. But next time, pilot, I'm gonna need you to figure that bladder out. Okay, I don't know. We gotta go to Woolworth to get you some Depends or whatever hell pharmacy is in Detroit. But we not stopping no more because you can't handle your bladder. Okay, I'm sorry. This is too risky for us. Okay, please and thank you. Oh boy, moving on. Moving on. Booby, you said hold on. Meech was kind of on rat time. Okay, now we have this debate about because honestly, I wasn't even thinking about this, but Meech was more so on, it's giving Malcolm X. It's given by any means necessary at this point. This man has no driver's license with Cartiers, a Gucci jacket with 2,500 bricks in his van. And by the grace of God, the pilot was Caucasian. Okay, that's the only thing low key that was on Meech's side. So, yeah. It may be a small percentage. Maybe Meech and the pilot would have gotten away without getting Bryant hemmed up. But see, Bryant is so just dead set on getting Meech. We don't know what the hell he would have thunk of in this parking lot. You know what I'm saying? So we had to just secure the situation and we had to do what we had to do. So you're right, Meech, he had to call the authorities, but by any means necessary. Okay, we can't do that. We can't do that. Okay, so Charles is over there patching up and fixing drywall, while Lucille is over here worried about her drywalls. It's a mess. Okay. It's a mess. And Charles had the nerve to say, I'm just doing what you asked, Lucille. Why I got to ask you, Charles? You ain't living in this house. You ain't over here looking at these raggedy walls. See, that's my thing. And y'all be having company and guests and everything. I would be ashamed. Nobody coming over my house and my house is looking raggedy like that. I am sorry. I'm not going to get too comfortable with the fact that my house is not on par when my husband got those good arms that he's over here flexing every day with his wife beater. The fact that he's over here flexing with his wife beater and lifting these weights does not equate with the fact he's not over here lifting the paintbrush. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I would be ashamed. Nobody coming over my house. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ. So Lucille made a whole sign pretty much stating if your name is not flittering, You're not coming up those stairs. So Charles is lost, right? And so Lucille tells Charles about the Nicole situation because Nicole had boys over at the house, okay? So Lucille got off another long shift working at Wendy's and come in to Nicole playing video games with her friends, which includes Breeze, of course, herself, and another couple, okay? And she is sitting between Breeze's legs. You know how like somebody brings somebody here in their house. Yeah, it was just like that, you guys. And Lucille, she was feeling the way, okay? Feeling the way. She proceeded to kick everybody out that goddamn house. And of course, Nikki was like, well, I told you I was having friends over. And Lucille was like, you ain't tell me those friends included the male species, okay? Oh, Nikki, you trying it, girl. You trying it. But y'all, let me know. Like, do y'all think Nikki is just so comfortable flying under the radar? Or do you think it's her just acting out? Or do you think it's just growing pains, or all three? Because it's a lot, y'all. I don't know. I don't think I would go as far as trying it with my mama. Like, what we doing here, Nikki? You know you violating, okay? You are violating, right? But maybe she wants some attention, okay? So Charles telling Lucille, yeah, I saw that check from Dr. Montclair. I know y'all hooked back up. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, don't question me when you was over here doing what you was doing with Mabel. I was like, Charles, at this point, I'm looking at the TV with my arms folded. I was like, tell him loose. Don't play with you. What you talking about, Charles? What you talking about? You over here patching up these walls. But you worry about the wrong walls, Charles. You should have been worried about Luce's walls and your house's walls, but you over there messing with Mabel's walls, okay? Walls. I need you to go ahead and prioritize, all right, Charles? So you can't question me about anything about what's going on in my pocketbook, okay? The pocketbook that be on my shoulder and the pocketbook between my pants, okay? Because what we doing, Charles? You can't say nothing to me. Anywho. At the restaurant, Terry's over there having a company meeting, right? And he's telling the crew, like, we got to sell double the work for half the price. It's a one-time deal. So it's giving Black Friday, okay? It's giving Black Friday. You know, everything must go. A liquidation sale. You know, Walmart, rollback prices. Like, it's giving deep discount, okay? So we trying to go ahead and upload these 2,500 bricks, okay? And so we enlist people from Atlanta. Well, Diesel is from Detroit, but he was in Atlanta. So he's one of the people that we have helping because it's all hands on deck at this point. Meanwhile, CPS comes and, you know, she meets with Terry. And of course, she's already being negative, but realistic at the same time. And she was telling Terry, well, 70% of restaurants do not work out. So what you going to do when this doesn't work out? And Tisha just said, get a regular ass job. Like, ma'am, get out my face. Get out of my face with all this negativity, okay? But I understand her questioning. But at the end of the day, he was like, regardless of what I'm doing, I'm going to be a good father to my son. And apparently, that's all she needed to hear because she took her happy ass back to her office and, you know, typed up the report, and Lord knows what was going to be on that report, okay? And then T proceeds to kick everybody out because we got to go ahead and sell these drugs, okay? I'm like, T, you cutting it way close. But I did like the fact that the homeboys was interrupted. Talk about, you know, I want some of that mac and cheese too. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was very much hungry at this point. I'm like, it's too damn late. I'm gonna be worried about some damn macaroni and cheese, okay? Shout out to T and how he's able to acquire all of these. They're able to get all these businesses up and running. T is probably not 18 yet. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna get with the age thing because this whole Tupac situation, I don't even know what year it is. I'm sorry, I don't want to bring it up no more. But that's a clear indication that I cannot rely on this show to clearly tell me what year we are in. So I'm going to just say Meech could be anywhere from 17 to 22 at this point because I don't know nothing, okay? Tupac already told me I'm tripping. So I'm going to just let that go, you guys. I'm going to let that go. Oh my God. I'm still upset. I'm still upset about Tupac, but I'm going to try to let it go, you guys. So Henry and her crew, they over there talking. They can't get a hold of Bryant, right? And so she is upset. And Bryant done screwed up his little mission, okay? And her homeboy was like, so what we gonna do about BMF? Okay. She said we can't do nothing because Bryant, that was his assignment. I knew I couldn't trust his behind. He was over there. He low. At the end of the day, she's pretty much upset because she's like, well, he's a cop just like my damn daddy. Okay. And then she proceeds to say, I warned his ass not to F with me. And I was like, ooh. I immediately thought of Lil Kevin. I said, Lil Kevin is not safe. Little Kevin is not safe. So, guys, I just feel like it's going to be going down with Little Kevin next episode. I just feel it in my spirit. Okay. So, Meech, he meets with the crew. They unload all the bricks, and now it's time to distribute and sell. Okay. We got to sell this work like we never sold drugs before. Okay. 2,500 in 24 hours. So we got a task at hand. Okay. Ain't nobody getting no sleep. Okay. So get all the Red Bulls, coffee, Coke. I don't know what y'all need to do to stay up, but we got to sell this work. Okay. Please and thank you. All right. So Marquisha's over there meeting up with Judge Darnell about tea. Okay. And long story short, she done finagle her way to get some copies illustrating some illegal bribes from drug dealers that Judge Darnell has taken. I don't know what it is. When they say Judge Darnell, it just screams crooked to me. I'm sorry. It just screams crooked. So she advised him, help me and my boo out, okay? And make it swift. And don't play with me because I made copies, okay? So I was like, all right, Marquisha for the win. So now we know that Marquisha was not the one. I didn't think she was the one. I mean, I was still looking at her side eye, but I definitely was thinking Henry was behind the whole CPS situation, okay? Meanwhile, T is over there with Meech at the restaurant, hand counting all of the money at the restaurant. I don't even want to think. Okay, so we got 2,500 bricks. I don't know. I don't recall them saying how much each brick was that they were selling because, of course, it's Black Friday and we don't know what the discount was. But yeah, it was a lot of money over there in that restaurant. And I was feeling the way because, yes, the restaurant provides a good space for us to count said money, but it was still hella risky. What are we doing here? It's daytime. It seems like it was early in the morning, but y'all was being too risky. We don't have no little deep dark warehouse to count this money at. Like I don't understand. You cutting it real close, T. You cutting it real close with this restaurant. You got too much going on. All right. But this scene also lets us know, and illustrate how meticulous the brothers were hand counting the money. That was a lot, y'all. At that point, I would enlist on technology, but I understand their logic. But no. I'm not counting all that money. You know how much germs is no money anyway. But hey, they don't care about germs because they in that dirty work anyway. So it is what it is. But we was able to make our deadline with the plug, and he is gonna be happy with us. Okay. Speaking of happy with us, Lucille visits the big doctor, the good Dr. Maurice, okay, because she worried about Nicole and wants to have a professional opinion about birth control methods. And good doctor was like, what's going on with Charles? How did he feel about this? I just wanted, a professional opinion first. Girl, stop playing. Stop playing, Lucille. You need to be go over there and get some condoms to use with you and Dr. Maurice instead of worry about Nicole. Okay, that's what you're really there for. You're really there for Dr. Maurice. Stop playing with us, Lucille. You mean to tell me there ain't no other physicians around for you to get said advice? Who was you going to before this? Not saying that, this is her first time, obviously, going for this type of situation with Nicole, but who you seeing? Where your doctor at, Luce? Well, we already know. She just trying to get, close to Dr. Maurice, okay? So she get all these pamphlets or whatever. And, of course, he asked about Charles and how his low-key trying to sniff out how the financials is looking like in the Flittery household, asking about Charles. And Lucille made no qualms about the emphasis of being successful, right? She was telling Dr. Maurice, no, you're the only person from our class that set out to do what they wanted to do. I was like, yeah, okay, Lucille, I know we love throwing shade on Charles, but at some point, you got to hold your damn self accountable too, girl. Like, what was your dreams? Don't get me wrong. I'm sure you had those unplanned pregnancies, but you over here not doing the best your damn self. Okay, I'm saying it's a marriage, and we both got to be making that bread. Excuse me, y'all. Lucille, how much more slander are we going to do with Charles in terms of the financials? The cheating, yeah, you can slander him all you want, girl. But what did you find yourself being enrolled in the local community college? I'm just saying, and don't get me wrong, I understand the times we are in at this point, yada yada yada. But at this point, I'm like, all right, Lucille, you're doing enough. You're doing enough. But she leaves, but we already see the little sexual tension going on with Dr. Maurice and Louise. Okay, Lord, I done call this woman Louise. Goddamn, you know what I mean. Lucille, okay. So we at the hangar, right? And we got all the pilot. He's taking the funds back to the plug. So we had a successful run with our work, okay? And Meech, he invites T to the to the A, you know what I'm saying? But Meech was like, the A is a letter I'm not worried about right now. The letters I'm worried about is CPS. Okay, so leave this conversation about the A out of my ears, okay, sir? So T was like, all right, bye. I gotta have dinner with Markeisha, okay? But Meech was like, we got a family dinner, sir. Okay, Nicole, I'm planning this family dinner, and you gonna be there. Okay, everybody gonna be there, so you got to be there. And of course, T was upset because nobody told him about it because everybody hates T. Nobody asked for T like that, low key. All right, so T goes to his new house. Of course, Markeisha is comfortable. She all unpacked and what have you. And she looking cute or whatever. And she's all ready for dinner, right? And she tells, T about the situation with the judge and explains to T, like, hey, for a reasonable donation, Judge Darnell gonna handle our little CPS situation, okay? So, of course, T is happy as ever. And, of course, T tells her, like, I know we supposed to have dinner, but, Meech is in town and little Nikki planned a little dinner for the family. And immediately Markeisha was like, the world does not revolve around Meech. Girl, this is where she pissed me off. Like, Markeisha, you was good with me up until this point, okay? Because even the fact that T emphasized that Nikki planned this, his baby sister planned this dinner. She gives 0 F's about any of it, okay? And telling him, you need to act like an effing boss. You need to act like how she pretty much said, you need to see yourself like I see you. That is very much problematic. Talking about you're running ish now. Like, We're not even talking about work. What does T being the boss have anything to do with his family? Markeisha, you're not acting like you don't have sons. Like you're not a mother. Like you don't have kids. Like you was all talking about I'm a mother, T, when it came to that CPS situation. But this man said he want to attend his family dinner and you got an issue. What we doing here? But of course, the CPS issue is handled, so it's now time to handle, our disputes with the other three letters, and that's SEX, okay? That resolves 75% of marital problems, okay? Or I should say relationship problems, okay? So, he proceeds to, D her down, and I'm sure she took a nap and, made her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or whatever the hell, and, went on her merry way. She slept good in that king size bed in a house that she don't do nothing in. But she's just like, girl, you have so much audacity. Oh my God. I was gonna go on a full rant on Markeisha, but I'm not doing it today. I am not dealing with her today, okay? But she is hella trifling when it came to that. All right. You act like, and I could expect this behavior from a chick such as like an Angel, you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta. Like Angel is, her parents are deceased. She's only relying on a pimp. She doesn't really have any sense of family. She doesn't have any sense of stability. I would expect this out of Angel. Markeisha, yeah, no. You're straight violating. Like, what are we doing here? What's up, Detroit? Thank you for coming through. You talk about beef, the beef ribs, macaroni, and cheese is ready. Don't get me hungry, Detroit. That sounds real good. Booby, you said we see her kids in forever. I'm sure she ain't see her kids in forever. Oh, trifling behind. What we doing here? All right, y'all. Let's go here and get to this family dinner, child. Oh Lord. Okay. Let's unpack this right here, okay? Because what Nikki said, I's tired, okay? I am tired. So she puts everything on the table, all cute. Everybody's there, pops, moms, both brothers, okay, LaWanda, Junior is there. Like, we all here, okay? Because, of course, it's a surprise because I don't believe the family, well, the parents knew that Meech was in town. So this is a good old family reunion, right? So she, laid out this good dinner, and then she followed up with a good ass prayer, right? Sound real good, okay? And T was like, dang, girl, you sound real grown. And she was like, I am grown. Charles like, don't be in a rush, okay? She said, oh, no, boo-boo. No. I did not rush it. It was the adults around me who rushed me to grow up. And matter of fact, that's why I organized this dinner. Because everybody's newfound obsession with me is ridiculous, okay? No one paid attention to me until my brothers moved out. And that is a problem, okay? And she proceeded to unleash and unload the clip, okay? She said, yeah, mama, you over here exaggerating with this whole situation, and you having assumptions about me and what I'm doing with Breeze, okay? And you talking about I'm over here insinuating that tampons equals that I'm going to be a whore. But my brother's been over here slaying D, and I ain't talking about dope. They was over here slaying D since forever. Before they could even drink. And then Charles is over here talking about, well, we trying to protect you, Nick. And she's like, from what, sir? Both my brothers sell drugs. And matter of fact, my first boyfriend got stabbed up in front of me. So what the hell y'all really protecting me from, Pops? Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, this was hella entertaining and disrespectful at the same goddamn time. And I get where Nikki feeling, because there is a sense of a double standard when it comes to males and females in the family dynamic. Trust me, I'm damn near the baby of a family full of men. Okay, my mom had 4 brothers and all her brothers had sons. Okay, so I understand the double standard, Nikki. Okay, and maybe is an ounce of the parents learning from their mistakes of the 2 brothers, but at the same time, it's definitely given very much double standard, okay? And boredom, okay? Because what we doing here? And Nikki was like, I ain't done. I'm not done. Pops, let's get on you for a minute. You was over here cheating with Miss Mabel with her tiggle bitties was over here all oiled up at the dinner table. I'm the only one over here telling the truth. Okay, Daddy, you know mom's over here making googly eyes with this raggedy doctor. Did you know that? And see, Nikki, if Charles didn't already know about him, that would have been an extra problem. Not saying that Lucille is quote unquote wrong, because technically she wasn't cheating. But if Charles was a little ticky boom boom in the head, yeah, that would have been a real issue. So thank God Charles already knew about that before Nikki said something. And so Lucille, she was like, oh, hell no. I would not be made to look like no damn Jezebel. Go to your room, Nicole. She was like, gladly, okay? I was like, shout out. And don't get me wrong, I was saying that I think on Force, I was asking for a good dinner scene, you know what I'm saying, off the heels of Diana and Book 2. But Nikki, you gave what you needed to give. Like, it was hella entertaining, Nikki. But Nikki is stressed the hell out. She tired. She is tired, okay? And so Meech, I love the fact that Meech, he went on over there and checked on little Nikki. And she's like, I'm afraid to even have a boyfriend. I don't want Breeze to end up like Darius. But I was like, Nikki, Breeze is going to get shot by James St. Patrick. You ain't got to worry about that. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. But Nikki was like, why don't you just quit the game? Like, this is too much going on here. But, Meech, he's all, I made a pact to myself that I would never have to answer to no boss. But I promise you, I'll be a bigger brother, a better, bigger brother. And I'm like, all right, Meech. But yeah, Nicole, I feel you, girl. Because let's just dissect this real quick. Nicole has dealt with a lot of ish in the past, and that's the thing, right? Every time I try to do a timeline, I can't, because we don't even know what year it is. The whole Tupac situation that opened up Pandora's box, because I don't know if it's 91 or 96. But for the lack of stressing out, we just gonna go through what the hell Nikki has experienced since this show has been going on, okay? So, boom, T got shot in the face. Never find us sailing for that, okay? And then we also see T get shot up again with Markeisha. Of course, T was unscathed. The vehicle was effed up, and Markeisha was a little effed up. Then y'all remember last season, she got in a whole car accident with T because T was over there beefing with the Touch of Class car service, okay? And then, of course, she mentions Darius got stabbed in front of her face. And then she said, I don't want to use that word. I'm just going to say, of course, Lamar was the one who did it. And who did she witness threatening her mama at the front door? Lamar, okay? So the fact that she had a boyfriend who got burnt by Lamar, and then saw Lamar pressing her mama at the front door. And where was Meech and Terry? In Atlanta. Far, far away in Never Land. Where was Charles? We don't know, but we could assume that he was at work. So, of course, Nikki don't feel safe at all, and she can't really call a popo because a popo will hem her brothers up. And not to mention, Nikki was already questioned by the popo previously, okay? So, to further add to her PTSD, Meech gets shot. Y'all remember that? Yeah, Meech got shot. And also, oh yeah, his baby mama is dead, okay? And then the fact when Nikki was tired wearing those tight ass bras, she went to find herself a job. And who effed up her little job situation? Meech, okay? Because now he's using the salon to hide work or launder money or whatever the F. So she can't be over there listening to little Bootsy trying to be independent, okay? And then let's get on Charles. Charles is over there cheating with Auntie / Miss Mabel, because y'all already know y'all parents, when they have besties, that was your aunt and uncle, okay? So now you done messed up my mama's relationship and my relationship with Aunt Mabel, okay? And then you already severed your relationship with your mom, with our mom. Like, what's going on? Charles, you effed up too. And then now you see your mama flirt with a whole nother man. And keeping in mind, all this is happening with Nikki wearing these tight ass bras, cutting off the circulation to her brain and her blood flow. And then Meech moves away to Atlanta. T moves out with his cougar. And now she got to deal with LaWanda, this crying ass baby in the house all goddamn night. And she can't even get T's bedroom because Charles is sleeping in there. Nikki can't win. Nikki can't win. And what did Derry B say? She said episode 4 is Nikki's crash out. Nikki is tired, okay? Tired. Yes, Anthony Rogers, she needs therapy. But you already know, with some church folks, that means going to church. And that's the thing. We got a whole new church home we got to get acclimated with. I don't know these people. Poor little Nikki. Oh, shout out to little Nikki. Yeah. It was a good try, man, but nothing is going to change, unfortunately. Your brother still gonna sell drugs, but at least you gonna have to, be able to afford, some newer, looser bras. That's the positive. Okay, you're gonna get some looser bras, and hopefully we can get more paint to patch up these walls that ever so looks hideous in your house. Okay, Nikki, that's all the positivity I can offer you at this point, Miss Ma'am. Good luck on your future endeavors. Okay. So this dinner stressed Lucille out so bad. So bad, she went to go to see the good doctor, okay? And so she decides to cleanse her nasty thoughts and tell Maurice about her and Charles being separated. And they have a little hot and heavy session, but she stopped and was like, oh, we should stop. I'm like, Lucille, you might as well go ahead now. Now, I ain't gonna lie, if I was Maurice, I would be pissed because you done visited my office 11 times today. And this last time, nah, you over here playing games, baby girl. Give up them draws. Stop playing with me. I got contraceptives. You know that's what I do. Stop playing, Lucille. Sorry. I know Dr. Maurice was mad as hell when he got home, okay? But Lucille, she's, I know she's having a mental fight with herself, and she's a little frustrated, okay? She got a lot of, tension she need to let out, okay? Oh, Lord. So she goes back home. The kids are all on the couch playing video games. She goes upstairs to see that Charles unleashed a whole bottle of baby oil on his chest. Charles, what the hell we doing? The kids downstairs. Charles, you doing too damn much. Charles is like, I'm going to tempt her every way I can. I'm going to tempt my woman. I'm going to get her back, okay? But this is the annoying part. Now, don't get me wrong. He did cook dinner at least one time. He patched up a few walls. But Charles, I'm going to need you to do a little more, okay? Because right now, you're wasting money on baby oil. Baby oil and steam. Charles is over there glistening. Talk about where was you at? Where was you at? She was like, I just needed to get some fresh air. And she was like, She was over there looking at Charles like it was a nice piece of fried chicken that just got out of the fryer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tempting, but it's too hot. You may get burned. Okay. You may get burned in more ways than one. So Lucille was like, "Ooh, that chicken look good, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's my chicken. I could eat that chicken, but that chicken may have a negative effect on me and may burn my tongue. Like, I can't really mess with the chicken right now." So Charles was like, "You feel better?" She was like, "Yes and no." And he was like, "All right, well, go ahead and have a good night, Lucille." And he proceeded to politely put his arms on a little pull-up bar so we could see the little back muscles, and he over there sashaying back into Terry's bedroom. I said, Charles, I'm gonna need Charles, you get an A in seduction. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna give you an A in seduction. Oh my God, Charles, you is laying it on real thick. Okay, real thick, Charles. Okay. I don't know. Do y'all think Lucille is gonna have a moment of weakness? Let me know. Let me know. Charles with the bed, all happy and smiling, like, "Yeah, I did that. I'm gonna give her like 2 more times, and she gonna be back in the saddle with me." Yeah. Charles, I don't know, Lucille. Lucille, what you gonna do, boo? What you gonna do? This is probably my favorite storyline of the show. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. So downstairs, because the kids are still downstairs. Okay, I mean, they kids, but they not kids. Okay, Roland comes over, and he has a little talk with Meech and Terry. He was like, "Y'all, I don't want y'all to be mad at me, but I gotta, give y'all my 2 week notice. Yeah, I don't think the game is cut out for me no more. I got a little seed now, I got a kid, I got a family. I want to do things the right way." And they politely was like, "Okay, we gonna grant you, permission to go ahead and do what you gotta do." So he was a little shocked, was like, "Dang, y'all not mad at me?" He was like, "No, you family." So I did love that part. I did appreciate that. See, it was nice, wholesome, I'm like, "Oh, can we get a group hug?" Like, it was heartwarming. I was like, "Okay, Roland, go ahead and do what you gotta do, all right." And so Meech get a call from Stacks, and I was like, "All right, I already know Stacks on his bullish. Stacks, what you talking about?" So he, trying to apologize for set tripping over there in Atlanta, what have you. And Meech being a nice manager, what I'm saying, boss, he's like, "When I get back to the A, we could go ahead and, work together. We could resume our business practices, okay?" But meanwhile, Stacks is over there in the vehicle with Glock and his number 2. And I already know one, the way they pan, the cinematography be telling it all for the most part. So we already know somebody else was in that vehicle. Okay. So long story short, Glock has made an arrangement with Stacks, right? So if Stacks helped Glock murk Meech, Glock is supposed to, and I'm gonna have air quotes, supposed to assist Stacks with murking Remy. And then the fact that Meech told Stacks that Terry is going to be coming down too. Stacks is willing. He's like, "You know what? In the midst of rollback prices and Black Friday of it all, I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna go ahead and get Meech and Terry. I'm gonna do a little buy one get one free situation, and get Terry off the board too." Well, Glock and his number 2 already knows Stacks is an idiot, and 2 Chainz, you got about 1 week. Okay. 2 Chainz, you got about 1 week to be on the show, because it's a 99% chance that you are going to be out of here episode 5. And I'm so happy, okay, because we can release that wig off your head and hand it back, okay, to Pastor Swift so he could possibly return, okay? Oh, God. But yeah, y'all, that was the episode. So it's gonna get spicy next episode 5, and we're gonna be here for it. Okay, I don't know if y'all want to insert y'all ratings. I don't even know what I give it at this point. I ain't gonna lie, the dinner scene is definitely it definitely helped the rating. It definitely helped my view of the episode. Because the latter half of the episode saved it, okay? I'm probably gonna give it a 7. That's the first number that comes from my heart in my mind. So I guess I'll give it a 7 at this point. Watching it twice. There you have it, guys. Well, if y'all want to, give y'all ratings before we get out of here, and make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, do all the things. DeMarcus, you said Charles and Lucille will smash. What's up, Edward McMillan? First time me seeing you in the chat. Thank you for coming through. I hope you are subscribed. If not, please do so. You said Nikki is dealing with trauma and getting through it by herself. That is facts. And that's the thing too, right? And this happens in my own family, unfortunately. When you have a child or children that are so problematic and so filled with drama, or just overcome with just adversity with a specific child, the child that is non-problematic and easygoing and that is the actual good child, they get overlooked. So that is very much common in family dynamics. So shout out to Nikki. Prayers to you. Lucille, when you come, or even Charles, because I feel like they both are going to get to the point where they are going to low-key accept this drug dealing life and start accepting money from Meech and Terry. Just make sure you put a little aside to Nikki's bra fund. Okay, that's all we need, is a little aside to Nikki's bra fund. That's all I'm asking. Okay, just about $50 a week, or maybe a month. A month is fine, because we can work with that. Okay, just make sure you take care of little Nikki. Okay. Ronald Cameron, you say you gave it a 7. Candy, 7. DeMarcus, 8. 313 Better Made, you said 8. Detroit Kings, you said 8.5. Best episode of the season. I could get with that. I could get with that. Candy, you said free little Nikki. That is facts. Yes, DeMarcus, Nikki was definitely the MVP of the episode. Shout out to Nikki. Which is crazy because the actress, I remember like maybe last season or after season 1, I saw her on social media, and she's actually a college student. She was like a freshman, or I can't remember what year she was, but she, was pretty much telling her accounts of like people recognizing her on her college campus because, on the show, of course, she's playing like a preteen, you know what I'm saying, or an early teenager. And she's actually like, at that time, she was like 18 or 19. She just kind of looks young for her age, and, they kind of dress her up younger. But she's one of those girls that just looks young for her age. So it was kind of funny knowing that she's actually in college playing this role. But that is actually a good benefit for people who could always play younger characters. Yeah, Nikki wrong. You said Candy, she was on Cam Newton's YouTube show. I didn't know that. Booby, what's up? You said 7.5. Still think Markeisha called CPS knowing she had that dirt on the judge to clean it. I could see that. I could see that being a possibility. The only thing is, I don't know if the writing is that clever on this show. That would be a nice, a nice twist, but I don't think the writing is that clever. But that's a good outlook too, though. Anthony Rogers, you said 9. Okay, you really liked it. I ain't mad. But yeah, y'all, that's about it. I'm surprised I was even on here for an hour and a half talking about this episode. But it was a good episode. I'm not even gonna lie. I enjoyed it for the most part. Monica Amy said 7.5. Okay, so we're averaging about a 7.5 for the episode. That's pretty good. So we're gonna see what next episode gives us. This upcoming Thursday, please tune in on 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Miss K and I will be reviewing Poetic Justice. Trying to sneak my movie reviews back in, you guys, slowly but surely. And of course, we have the Pretty Thorough podcast. We'll be returning. We're on a mid-season break, if you will. So please, of course, know that we have that going on. And then next month, I'll be picking my OG Power reviews back up. We're going to resume and begin season 6. Hate it or love it. Okay, so we're gonna be working on that. That's gonna be. I don't know, I may have some extra guests on there because I want some of my fellow YouTube creators' opinions on some of these things that's going on in season 6 for OG Power. But yeah, y'all, that's about it. Thank y'all for coming through. Please like this video, subscribe, do all the things to support you, girl. I love you. Thank you, DeMarcus. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys shortly, okay? Toodles.